came to the ball the most beautiful princess they had ever seen. Cinderella could scarcely contain her delight on hearing this. She inquired the name of the prince, but they replied that nobody knew her name and that King's son was in great trouble about her and would give the world to know who she was. Nonetheless, they were too tired to tell her anything more about the beautiful prince and went to live. The next day, the prince was holding the ball again to find a suitable bride for himself. The two stepsisters again made preparation to go to the ball, and this time they hoped that the prince would notice them. Cinderella heard their plans from behind the door and smiled. That evening as well, the prince stayed with Cinderella all the time. He kept paying her the most flattering attention. The young lady got so busy with the prince that she completely forgot that the clock was about strict 12. The moment she heard the first hymn, she rushed out of the hall. The prince attempted to follow her, but she was too fast for him. However, as she ran, she dropped one of her glass slippers. The prince picked it up and very keenly. Cinderella reached home quite out of breath, without either coat or footman, and with only her shabby clothes on her back. She only had a little glass slipper in her hands. The prince questioned the sentinels at the palace gate about Cinderella, but none of them had seen her. All of them related that they had only seen a girl in shabby clothes running out of the place. Once again, when two sisters returned from the ball, they told Cinderella whatever happened at the ball. They also told that the prince had picked up the glass slipper and kept looking at it most fondly during the remainder of the ball. Next day, the prince had it announced that the slipper would be tried on all ladies in town. He would marry the one whose foot fits exactly within it. The king's men followed his orders. They took the slipper from one house to another, and it was tried on by all the ladies in the town. It was even carried to Cinderella's house, where her stepsister tried with all their might to force their feet into its delicate intents, but with no success. Cinderella, who had been seeing all this, laughed and said, "Suppose I were to try?" Her sister ridiculed such an idea, but the gentleman who was appointed to try the slipper, having looked attentively at Cinderella and perceived how beautiful she was, said that it was but fair. She should do so, as she had orders to try it on every young maiden in the kingdom. So Cinderella was allowed to try as well, At this moment, she sat down and put her little foot to the slipper. She drew on it and fitted her likewise. The sisters were quite amazed. They surprised incredulity tenfold when Cinderella drew on the fellow slipper out of her pocket and put it on. The gentleman was happy to see that.
Cái nó tao phải để đi học toán của nha Kali như đó.
Her two stepsisters now recognized her as the beautiful and familiar person they had seen at the ball. They felt at her feet, begged her to forgive them for their unworthy treatment and all the insults they had heaped upon her head. Cinderella raised them and assured them that she had forgiven them and only wanted their affection. The very next moment, the fairy godmother appeared and blessed Cinderella. She touched her with her wand and changed her clothes to a finished dress. Soon, Cinderella was taken to the prince. Shortly after he married her, Cinderella, who was as good as she was beautiful, allowed her sister to stay in the place and gave them in marriage to lords belonging to the court. Indeed, all of them lived happily ever after.